A small building, 7.5 by 4.5 inches, carved with a fret saw. Lacquered red on the outside, the interior and curly trim in blue, with a roof that lifts up on one side. The first ark was made for a neighbor's gravely ill son, who died with it in his hands. The second one, a heart's gift to a child yet unborn, was to have animals 2 by 2. But the carver, my mother's beloved brother Jack, died in August 1929 when he was 14 of Hodgkin's lymphoma, before he could make the animals. 2 tiny china figures, a woman and a man, arms and legs articulated, dressed in crocheted clothes, are the ark's sole residence. My mother, Grace, the 3rd child and 2nd daughter in a family of 9, had taken over Jack, the 2nd last, when he was born. She cherished him all of his short life. I was my mother's first child, born in March of 29, when she was 27. She knew Jack was dying all through her pregnancy. Jack knew too. When he was told the diagnosis, he researched his illness at the library to learn what the course of that illness would be. While he could still walk, he shopped for a pair of booties. Will these be suitable for the new baby? They were the first I wore. And then, when he grew too weak to carve, Jack gave my mother the ark for me. In October, the stock market crashed, initiated the Great Depression, and the disappearance of my father's hopes, along with all of his savings. You never knew the man I married, my mother once said, when I asked her about my father. 1929, a year of enduring grief and tender, struggling hope for her. But what of the baby? When I was 2 years old, my mother gave me the ark and told me how her youngest brother, Jark, had carved it just for me. I never saw it as empty. My ark was filled with her memories of Jack's loving kindness, mischievous wit, and lively, inquiring mind, and with stories of growing up in small-town Ontario in a strict pastor's large family. It was years before I knew, new book, the rest of the story. Only after many years, when I was expecting my first child, could I even begin to fathom the turmoil and searing depth of the losses she had suffered. Wanting none of that for my firstborn, I buried the knowing for years. Finally, in old age, I am exploring what has become of that baby. Born amidst so much grief and fear and abiding love. A heaviness in my heart rises up, spills over and threatens to swamp me as I gradually realize how the many threads weaving among Jack, the ark he carved for me, and my mother have run the length of my life. Now, as these moorings loosen, I travel with the strong images they anchored and leave the ark behind to be filled with my children's memories. Gabe reminded me the other day when I told her what I wanted to do, that the hobbits gave their friends a present on their birthdays. And so my present to you, dear friends, is a copy of my book.